What's going on, y'all? Gazerbeam2k back here with my partner in crime, who's to the left of me, right? Steuben somewhere around me. Steuben, what's going on, my guy?
Yo, what's going on, dude? Happy Monday, everybody.
Yes, sir.
Or Tuesday when you're actually listening to this podcast. That's just how it works. We're always a day late and a dollar short here.
Story of my life, man.
With the Gust win. But yeah, this is a little bit weird. Normally we have.
Well, let me go ahead and introduce our guest, man. I wish we could find someone who could help us, create creative decks and have a good time, and someone who could tops in tournaments all the time. And I just wish there was someone who could teach me how to make rogue decks like a genius, and who also is a big collector and an artist at the same time, man. Do you know anyone like that?
Are you talking about Senior Doom or something?
I'm just talking about anybody. I wish we had anybody here.
Oh no, we're fine. We're fine. We don't need anybody. We don't need you. No, we need you. But, not that way. But yeah, we're going at solo dolo. I guess it's not really solo because it's a duo, so it's a duo huo. Whatever. I don't know, but yeah, no guest this time, and this is 16 episodes in. We haven't had an episode where it's just been the two of us since the very, very beginning, all those weeks ago. So
I remember that. Good times.
It's just time for us to wrap it up. I guess we're not wrapping it up to where it's ending, but to recap and reflect and also talk about a bunch of other stuff. And I guess we're going to be a little bit more self-centered this episode. I guess, right? Because you've got some stuff going on.
A little bit.
So, I mean, it's kind of a big announcement for you. So, I mean, you want to lead in with that before we, talk about Pokemon? I mean, it technically is talking about Pokemon, but still.
Well, as you may know, you ever watch a movie and when they want to get into exposition, they always start off with "as you may know."
And you mean like the opening crawl in Star Wars or whatever?
Exactly. As you may know. Anyway,
a long time ago in a galaxy far, far not here. Say the right. You can't say it word for word, or we'll get sued by Disney. So
I can't say in a galaxy. Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah. You gotta verbatim it a little bit.
A galaxy not around here that's far. Oh, can't even say far away, huh? Uh-oh.
You can say far away, just not in the exact. You can't just do it in the exact same sequence.
But no, as some of you guys know, I've ran a tournament here before on Limitless, the Gazerbeam Tournament of Your Dreams. Steuben has also ran one before, the Single Prize Showdown, which we all hope is coming back sometime soon. But the Gazerbeam Tournament of Your Dreams has, done various things. We had a Mulus Mayhem tournament. We had a Monday mini tournament. I've done one with Liam Kidd. This one I'm doing as a series. So if you guys head over to Limitless, was it play.limitless.com?
Yeah, play.limitless.com.
Right, head over there. Scroll down, and every Wednesday you'll find the Gazerbeam Tournament of Dreams, the West Coast Weekly. This tournament is geared towards anyone on the West Coast, because we all know that's the best coast. This is going to start at 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And it's for anyone who's getting up, who gets off work at 5 and can't manage to play in late night or Sunny's tournament, or the Guard Gauntlet, anything like that. And if you can't wait till Doom's tournament on Friday nights, you got Gazer's tournament. I have donations of codes from Lone Star Pack Breaks and Furion's Pokemon.
And
oh, well, you want to go ahead and say something?
I mean, you already know, but yeah, I am also contributing 100 codes towards the prize pool.
So between Steuben, Lone Star, and Furion, we have every week it's going to be over 150 codes for top 8 prizing. So it's only a 4-week series. I am in talks with Senior Doom to do a battle of the late night tournaments. We'll take the 4 champions, I believe, from the next 4 weeks and place them in one big tournament at the end for who knows what kind of payout. So make sure you guys hop in. It's if you guys are night owls, or if you guys are on the West Coast, or I guess UK is still asleep. Australia, they'll be awake, right?
They're 12, 13 hours ahead. So
yeah, Aussies will be awake. So anyone who wants to play,
they'll be just waking up if anything.
So anyone who wants to play, check Limitless. There's maybe Steuben to put it in the description of on the YouTube video side or something. Okay, never mind. So give me a look what? But no, I just thought it'd be nice. I'm off work for the next month anyway, so I said, hey, why not spend it with you guys and have some fun.
Yeah, I mean, you haven't had one since February, right?
March.
You haven't ran one since then? February, March?
Yeah.
Same thing. Time is a blur anymore.
True.
I mean, I haven't ran anything in a hot minute. But that's just because of work schedule and then streaming locals, and I don't know. I'm more invested in IRL play than I am PTCGO anymore,
And I
just
hear you.
because of how boring it is. I've learned recently that like with my YouTube channel that the physical deck profiles with zero gameplay are actually like what my algorithm needs, and they're actually popping off quite well in comparison to those videos. So,
I've
I mean,
noticed.
I'm all in IRL play. If we can figure a way for me to do like a webcam war tournament or something like that with codes as prizing, I know it's counterintuitive. Maybe like TCGplayer gift cards or something like that. We'll figure it out. But maybe we'll do like a Gust of webcam tournament series
I like
someday.
that idea, the Gust webcam.
Could be cool. I know there's a few other webcam events that people do. They don't happen often on Limitless. People do them through like Discord and other grassroots methods, but
Hmm.
it'd be worth doing.
Speaking of
It'd be a lot more
webcams,
fun.
quick plug. I played against our buddy Nine Card.
Yeah. That'll go live in a day or two.
Hmm.
Technically tomorrow from when this podcast is out.
Hmm.
So head over to 9card TCG on YouTube and check out Gazer. Maybe losing, maybe winning. I don't know. I haven't
Oh,
seen
I
it.
gotta, I
So
gotta leave you in suspense. You can. Only thing I can leak is you already know what I played. I can leak that part.
I'm assuming you play Reggie's.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's
Mm-hmm.
all you play. You can't quit that deck, man.
I can't, man. It's just like single strike, man. When I grab something, I just gotta hold on to it and not let go for a while.
I think you should let go.
Never, man. I'll tell you what I did this weekend. But
Okay.
tell me about your weekend first, man.
I worked Saturday and ran our one of our 2 monthly $10 store credit tournaments.
Oh, you ran the
And
whole, you ran a tournament. Nice.
yeah. I run them at work when I'm there on Saturdays, since the owner and I flip flop days. And it was actually our smallest one yet, but Emily won. She went
Hey,
undefeated with Mew
what kind of prizing she get?
store credit.
Okay. Did she use it up already?
Yeah. She bought me the full art Irida we had, and she got a blind box too. So
Okay. Any hits?
the blind box had a Blaziken pen holder. It's like it's like these you're watching. The Rement blind boxes.
Mm-hmm.
It's like one of these sort of things. Like I have all these Ampharos ones just chilling.
Of course you have Ampharos.
There's an office line of them, and there's a handful of different ones. Some are phone holders, some are pen holders. And she got a Blaziken that's like doing a kick that holds a pen. So it's pretty cool.
Okay, that sounds kind of dope. I'll give you that.
Yeah, she put it on her work desk, I think she said. So
Mm-hmm. And then you were off work Sunday, correct?
yeah, we played a lot of Pokemon Go yesterday.
Did
And
you guys
just
do a lot of
kinda
raids?
did whatever. A couple, mostly the Team Rocket battles, since you were able to TM away frustration, and you can potentially get a shiny Shadow Charmander from Arlo, and shiny. That would have been really good, shiny Shadow Charizard, but Shadow Charizard with the Community Day moves is one of the better Fire type Pokemon in the game for raids and or Go Battle League.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm slightly considering taking Go a little bit more serious next season as a backup,
So
just because the prize money is the exact same as the TCG.
the top,
And
I
if
think
they,
the top three, right? Everything
yeah, and
below
if
that
they
is
don't,
less, but
yeah, if they don't figure out a way to increase like attendance for regional, say for example, like our group is like, all right, there's four of us, we're gonna go. Oh, one of us didn't get in. All right, I'm gonna be the one that plays Pokemon Go if I can't get in, so I can still
so
go
you
on the
still
trip.
ride with the group, and then you just
And
off
ride
to
with
the
the group
side,
and just off to the side I'll play
wave
Pokemon
at
Go
them. Hey guys, how's
and
it going?
see how that goes. I mean, it's worth trying. I can't ever really do VGC because I just get bored, but I mean, like all the aggressive tapping will keep me interested a little bit.
Oh man, oh boy, you're gonna
I'm
upset
not I'm not
Twitch.
I'm not I'm not converting by any means or anything
Oh,
like
okay,
that.
that's like
Like
you're gonna upset Twitch, man. Did you hear that
no,
stupid
it's
became a tap 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 tap?
no. I mean, I've always played Go since
Same
it
here.
came out. It's
Same
6
here.
years old now,
Mm-hmm.
and I figured, might as well put a little bit more time into it. I played at work. We have 2 Pokestops and a gym at the shop, so I always have it open and rocking and rolling there. So why not do it as a side hustle? Makes sense. It just makes sense.
Tap 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 tap.
And other than that, yeah,
I'm more on the
that,
collecting side. I never got really. I got into the battling a little bit, but not too much. I'm more on the
I
collecting
mean,
side.
I like the raids and all that kind of stuff a lot more than I do the PvP.
I mean, you never invited me to
Um,
the raids. You invited me to like two.
and you never came to them,
I
so
think I came to one and missed the other one.
whatever. Yeah, you can only invite 5 anyway, so
Yeah.
it's kind of hard to invite 250 friends in an equal rotation when they're marked online or offline or whatever. So it's a little bit rough.
Nah, I'm not even mad at you. Me and my Mewtwo, me and my Shadow Mewtwo will just go somewhere else. It's fine.
Yeah, there you go. Shadow Mewtwo's pretty good. So,
But
yeah, I figured just why not,
yeah, I get it. I mean, like you say, if you miss registration for whatever reason, like, hey, I'll be over here on the other side.
Yeah, like that way, like if I'm locked into a group or whatever, like we've committed to travel, then I don't want to bail completely and be that kind of guy. I'm like, oh yeah, I didn't get in. Sorry, screw you.
I have no
Um,
money for gas. Sorry, guys, figure it out. Yeah.
yeah, and leave the group hanging, especially like if Emily gets in and I don't, or vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
She'll probably consider it too, because I mean you get the same swag bag with like your playmat or your hat or whatever
They still
else
give
and
you
your
a
promo
playmat?
card. Yeah, you still get all that kind of stuff too.
What does a Pokemon
So
Go player need with a playmat?
I don't know. They give them. I don't know if you know, but like VGC and Go and Pokken, when they win, they get TCG packs as prizes too. Like
Okay.
you get booster boxes as prizes on top of like cash and whatever else. So
Okay.
worst case scenario, I somehow get lucky and do well and get some packs. Worst case scenario, right? So
True. 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 I'm not mad at you.
we'll see what happens. They still haven't announced the next season yet, anyway. So
Well, we got to get
it's
through Worlds first, don't we?
yeah, I feel like any day now they'll announce what's coming or what's going to happen. Worlds is still August. We have plenty of time until then, so we'll figure out what happens with this upcoming season. And hopefully, still waiting for potentially cups and challenges to come back to make it a little bit more easier and affordable for people to get involved with.
Because then you can just travel more, a little more local on, one side of the
Yeah,
hemisphere.
yeah. I mean, living between like 3 major cities, it makes it a lot easier for me to farm cups and challenges on the weekends.
I mean, that's what you're doing before the whole pandemic said no, right?
Yeah, that's what we were doing.
Mm-hmm.
Between work at the time, the old crap job of Walmart,
Do
when
you
I
ever
could get the time to go.
do you ever miss them?
Oh God, no. God, no, I don't. Not in the slightest. I do miss like full-time content creation though. It was a scary year, but it was fun. It had its ups and downs.
Do you feel? I guess let's turn to the Subin interview. Do you feel like because your content is growing now. You're getting noticed by PTCB the Pokemon people themselves, Papa Pikachu.
That's
Your
Daddy
videos,
Pikachu.
Sorry, Daddy Pikachu. Your videos are starting to pop off a little bit more. Do you feel like you're in a better place now than if you had stuck with the full time content creation and the streaming and everything?
No, I wouldn't have. I would have burnt out even harder.
Hmm.
Honestly. I mean, if you remember, like I did nothing but Pokemon for a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and then started doing variety, and then completely stopped doing Pokemon stuff and just playing off on the side on my own.
Yeah.
And eventually, it just kind of like, all right, it gave in, and then IRL events are coming back, and then it kind of like relit that flame. But I don't know. It's hard to say for sure. There were other circumstances involved, which let's not get
Yeah.
sad or sappy here. You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about, and some of the people that are listening that have followed me for a while know what happened last year. But it's hard to say for sure what the outcome would be. I don't think I would have as much passion for doing it as I do now than I did then. And I know that sounds stupid because I was doing it full time anyways, but I just couldn't put myself into YouTube. I felt like Twitch was everything, and right now I kind of hate Twitch.
You feel reversed now. Opposite.
Yeah, I feel like YouTube is where you really get noticed, and things just make more sense there. And if you stream to 4 viewers, people don't go back and watch VODs. It's not the same. But a YouTube video is there forever the way
That's
it
true.
is, and people can interact with it indefinitely. You know, and you with Twitch streaming, and this just goes for not just Pokemon, but in general. Like you can't please everybody at all times. Everybody wants something different. And
Yeah.
with a YouTube video, you can just click away and never worry about it again. But if you're like in a Twitch community and you have to worry about it, it's just kind of different. It's a
I
whole different
think
mindset.
with your Twitch content, I think it was getting to the point where people were just there for you. They weren't really, some people were there for what you were playing, but a lot of people were just there just for you. So when you did play
Yeah,
other content, you had your regulars who showed up, specifically for
yeah,
Steuben.
yeah, yeah. That was awesome. That I couldn't thank all of those people enough. I mean, like they helped me survive. They helped Emily and I live that entire year.
Hmm.
So I wouldn't trade it for the world for the time I had with it.
But I feel like you're on a good path right now too. So man, I'm happy for you.
Yeah,
I'm proud of you, man.
it's different. It's different. And I mean, you're gonna start doing new things, right? Like you've got this
New
this
things.
computer on the way.
It is on the way, and hopefully that lets me do a few more different things on Twitch, and maybe I can focus a little bit more on YouTube, man. YouTube is hard and scary. I don't know how you guys do that one, man. So shout out to all the big YouTube content creators, or just even the small ones. If you do anything on YouTube, shout out to you, because YouTube is tough. The editing, the grinding, the scripting for different stuff, it is hard, man.
I mean, I don't do it alone though. I don't. I had Seaside who helped me with all the
Seaside
tournament
wavy.
commentary videos, and I've got MWDC who's like absolutely killing the thumbnail game uh, right now because my Photoshop skills are whack. I can draw, but I can't do Photoshop for crap.
I used to be
And
decent at Photoshop, man, but then
he's
yeah,
he's the absolute goat when it comes to the thumbnails.
I had speaking of MWDC, I commissioned him to make the Gazerbeam Tourney of Dreams flyer. I'm gonna put it up on screen for a second for anyone watching, just so
Yeah, there
anyone's
you go.
interested. Yeah, just for a second. But yeah, I had him do that for me. He's done most of them. I think I had two done by Despider, Aussie artists, or do you call them artists? What do you call them? Graphic designer, graphic designer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
graphic designer, artist, whatever.
yeah.
It's the same thing, honestly.
I had two done by Spider, and then MW handled like the other 6 or 7 I had. So yeah, MWDC is great, man. So I'm glad he's helping with your YouTube and it's popping off for you. It's tough, man. But I do have a new PC coming, so I will be streaming a little bit more. My streams will be a little more upper echelon, if you know what I'm saying, a little bit higher class.
Yeah, yeah. And the episodes of the podcast that you host will have better quality in turn, and
They won't be as
everybody
scuffed.
wins. Everybody wins. Everybody wins.
Yeah,
You'll finally learn what an aspect ratio is.
aspect ratio.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
I posted it on Twitter, and then Mellow Magic Carp like, well, Gazer switches aspect ratio.
I saw that. That's
Yeah.
yeah, that's super funny.
I was like, probably not Mellow. It's Gazer. It's what it is. But no, the PC would have been here Friday. I ordered everything else for it. Everything else came right before. So new keyboard, new mouse, which I'm trying to figure out right here with all these buttons, and I think it lights up or something too. Let's see. Look at that mouse that does things. And
Oh yeah,
I
you
have two
got what
monitors
is
on
that?
the
Is
way.
that a is that a razor? Is that a razor mouse?
It's not. It is
Oh,
it's a slightly off-brand Red Dragon.
never heard of it, but hey, whatever.
But yeah, I ordered two monitors, two LG monitors they got here. I ordered a dual monitor mount that holds two monitors, and it's like
Let's go.
I'm like, hey, it's coming along. I'm looking at a bigger computer desk to put behind it to hold the monitors, and a small one in front of me, and I'm like, okay, it's gonna come up. I'm on the come up, and then I got an email like 4 a.m. Friday morning saying your computer's been delayed, and I'm like, okay, well, how bad is it? Then it said it will be delayed until well, we don't know. I'm like, you don't know. Then the email switched up. Okay, it's been delayed from you can either get it today or sorry, you either get it Saturday or Tuesday. Saturday or Tuesday. I'm like, okay. Then it said, hey, it's getting shipped today. You get it today. I'm like, oh, good. Then it said, oh, hey, if it doesn't come out the 22nd, we'll send you a refund. What? So then it was
Sounds
shipped.
like their shipping partner is just like all over the place.
Something's going on. But it was shipped Friday. And I said, okay, cool, it's been shipped. They said, hey, we'll let you know within 24 hours when you're going to get it. I didn't find out till this morning that it's coming tomorrow by 7 p.m. tomorrow night. So hopefully it happens soon. And then I can, upgrade stuff and, play Pokemon and branch out a little bit more and do other things too. And just, I don't know, I think it's about time. It's been 2 years. It's my 2 year, this week is actually my 2 year streaming anniversary being on Twitch.
Yeah, I mean, some of the most fun things that you can do is like the community game nights, and you can't really do that with what you have now. So I'm sure a lot of people love to hop in with like golf with friends or whatever because it's there's a lot of cheap and free games out there that you can play that don't really require too much.
I like how you called me cheap and free, but that's cool.
I mean for like the community though, not just necessarily you.
I like how you said
Like
I'm for the community. That's cool.
Okay, all right.
No, you.
I'm done. I'm done. I'm done.
But no, let me tell you about my weekend. Let me tell you about my weekend real quick, man, and then we'll move into a few Pokemon related topics.
Yeah.
Well, I guess this is Pokemon related, but I played in I didn't stream this weekend. I planned to stream this weekend, but I didn't get a chance to because Friday I casted a Senior Doom's Tournament of Doom. But before that, I played in an IRL event, played in the locals. It was only 8 of us, and I took second place. I played. You already know what I played.
Yeah, Reggie's, of course.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
who else but Reggie?
Who else but Reggie? I have to make that a meme. Who else but Reggie? But no, I played Reggie, got all the way to the finals, and I lost to the most ridiculous deck. I'll give you a clue. It's a grass Pokemon.
Lilligant.
I lost to Lilligant.
How?
I got 2-0 by Lilligant.
Because there's no Reggie Flame. That's why.
I need Reggie Fire to come through. Reggie Heat, something like that. But no, I just drew bad. And then couldn't keep pace by the time I finally got going. Both two games in a row. And actually, I take that back. First game, I was actually doing really well. I was chugging along, and then he played the daggone Temple Sinnoh. I didn't know he had it.
I can't believe Lilligant can actually do anything.
I played a lot of Lilligant leading up to me choosing Reggie. You know, if I was on a path for either Lilligant or Reggie. So there's an alternate dimension somewhere. There's an alternate variant Gazer that plays Lilligant instead of Regigigas.
So is this dude your rival now or whatever?
You. Lilligant, man. No. But Lilligant is really mid, man. It does mid damage. It doesn't like get big one-hit knockouts. So it needs assistance from like Flapple and stuff like that. Which is how I play mine.
It needs something else. It needs something new to come out for it that helps it.
Well, it hits 230. You attach a choice spell 260. And then Flapple makes it 280. So, it can get V-stars. But, when it comes to a V-max, you're like, I can't hit numbers that high. But what sets my Lilligant apart is I play the Kricketune. So my HP goes from 260 to 300. So now I'm not getting one shot either. So it's like, cool. I'm trading 2 for 2, whatever. He doesn't play Kricketune. The other guy played 2 Shaman V-stars. And I run a 1/1 Shaman. But he runs 2/2.
Yeah, I don't know. We tried different Lilligant stuff. We tried everything with Gardenia, and nothing just felt good. Nothing felt right.
Well, the tough part is normally with Gardenia is getting the energy out. Making sure you have 2 energy in hand. Just like, when we had Welder, we had Giant Hearth, we had what was the one that
Fire Crystal and Fireleaf Flint, like
Fiery Flint. We had Fiery Flint. Yeah. So you get fire, no problem. This one's a little bit tougher with Gardenia. So unless we get something that gets out. I mean, I guess Lady's on the way, but then we can't use Gardenia. So. Bleh.
I feel like it needs like hedge clipping bag or something to like search your deck for 2 grass energy or whatever. I mean, I don't know hedge clippings. I don't know.
I like that idea, but no, you're right.
It needs something to make it better. It needs a better partner.
The thing with Lily is that it can grab the energy itself with its V-star. With the star perfume, it can grab up to 5 energy on its own. So that's cool, but it's just a one-time thing. After that, you're like, where do I get the rest of my energy from? So it's really mid. Yeah. It can hit mid damage.
It's probably in your active, and then you can't pivot. You can't accelerate to the bench or to the active with Gardenia. I don't know.
In the first game, he had that issue. He tried to accelerate to the active. I was like, oh, it's only to the bench. Like, oh, it is only the bench. Oh no. So that's when I had him on the ropes, and then the Temple Sinnoh came down, and I couldn't scramble. I scrambled to find my last stadium, couldn't hit it. And in game 2, I just couldn't get going. He just got me. But that happened Friday. So Saturday, went to another tournament. This was cash. This one was cash. It was only 8 of us again. And I finished 3rd place this time. You can guess what I played.
Reggie's.
I played the Reggies. Finished 3rd place. I lost to the Reggie Mirror. And it was the same guy who I played Friday, and I beat him in the Reggie Mirror. I 2-0'd him Friday, and then he 2-0'd me Saturday. So he's like, my Reggie list is better than yours. I'm like, shut up, man. We both beat each other once. But I lost to the Mirror. And then Sunday we had a big 1K. It wasn't as big as the one I went to last month where we had big names like, Noah Yoshida. Shout out to Noah. Zul GG, Liam Kidd, Gabe Smart. Shout out to Gabe Smart. So it wasn't as big as that one. But this one only had 33, 34 people. And I didn't do too hot, man.
Yeah, you as you always say, you went average and you went mid.
Mm-hmm. Two, two,
Yeah.
two, 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 two. So I one game I got, I clutched out the tie. One of the ties I got was like a super clutch tie. It was against Flying Pikachu. In the first game, he had me, up against ropes. I couldn't do anything because I had to discard my rope and my boss's order real early. So then game two, I had to, hold on to my resources a little bit more, play them wisely. I made one big mistake though. I bossed up his bench Pikachu V, Flying Pikachu V, and I tried to hit it with Reggie Rock.
Yeah, it's got resistance.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it doesn't have, it has resistance and Sweep the Lightning. I'm like, no, my Reggie Lecky was on the bench. So I felt bad for that one. But he made a mistake earlier. I put him in a situation where he either had to have a energy to attack, because he was discarding energy back and forth to try to get out my boss's orders and my escape ropes and everything, and my Reggie Ice kept locking him out. So he's wasting his energy retreating to his Arceus. And he was down to like only having one energy in hand, and he needed a DTE. And he had a turn, because I took out his Flying Pikachu. He had a turn where he could have Raihan'd and then would have grabbed the DTE for next turn and would have had game, but he didn't do that. He just attacked right away, and he's like, oh, wait a second. And then, I beat him there. And then we tied, ran out of time, so we tied that one. So that was a clutch tie. And the clutch win I hit was, I played against Wheezing Darkrai.
Okay.
And Wheezing just shut off everything. But instead of this
Wheezing's good for that, but then it doesn't have like any lasting power afterwards.
Well, he was charging up everything on the bench. So he's charging up his Moltres V, he's charging up his Darkrai's. I'm like, if he starts swinging, I'm in trouble. Because I knew I had a couple outs. But I'm like, if he swings, it's a wrap. But he wouldn't swing. He kept going, severe poison. Then he evolved into Crobat VMAX, and he's like, stealth poison. And then go back into Wheezing. So I'm like, that's cool, because it's not one-shotting me. It's fine. So I got down to my last few cards. I knew I eventually knocked out his Wheezing because I had Robe. And then I had to dig for my boss. So I got down to I take it back. I bossed the first turn. I had to dig for escape rope. So I got down to the last few cards, dug for the escape rope, made him force out his Crobat VMAX, and I smacked it with Regigigas for the game. It was such a close game, and I played very well. And that game took up like 45 minutes, and I was like, "Do you want to play game two?" He was like, "No." We both were spent after that. We were tired. But my two losses, I just dead drew. I just couldn't draw anything. And by the time I started getting it going, it was too late. So I went hot and cold this weekend, man. But I still love me some Reggie. I can't put it down. In fact, after this podcast, after this recording, in about an hour, I'm heading to another locals. And you know what I'm going to play, right?
Yeah, you're going to play Reggie again.
I am. I'm going to play Reggie again.
You're addicted. You're addicted to Reggies. You gotta quit. You gotta quit them rocks, man.
No, man.
Tyrone Biggins of Reggie Rock out here.
Y'all like rocks? Y'all like Reggie rocks?
Oh my god.
Man.
No, I mean, what? You did something else Friday night.
Yeah.
You want to talk about that?
Yeah. After the locals, cool. I ran home. I picked up baby, ran home, fed him, and I hopped on this old and trusty PC here, old reliable, and I hopped in Senior Doom's casting booth, and I casted with Doom, Tournament of Doom. We casted top 8. And unfortunately, Doom is an older gentleman. He's on the older side. He forgot to record the finals. So he missed recording the finals. But
you say, aren't you older than him?
No. There's like 3 people on Twitch who's older than me. There's like 3 of them. He's one of them.
There's no way he's older than you.
He is. There's like 3. There's like it's him, Datazard, and like someone else. Probably.
I mean, Datazard. Yeah, I think so for sure. But there's no way.
Yeah, it is. It's true. But no, he forgot to press record. So, but the finals was over quick anyway. It was Palkia versus some electric deck. Whatever. Palkia got shocked and it died. It was over.
Okay.
So the finals were over real quick. It was the other games that went forever. He had a matchup against the Mewtwo V Union, and that game
the control deck.
Oh my gosh. And we didn't have anyone streaming it, so we're just sitting there just waiting. But no, it's a good time to do, man.
The control decks can get super boring to watch, even though too.
Yeah.
Like the conversation and the commentary over those control decks really has to be top tier. If not, people just fall asleep at the wheel.
Well, Doom said he felt like we did a good job, commentating and talking and everything like that. There was a little bit of a controversy. Time ran out, and the game was tied 2-2. And, normally goes to most prizes, but, Control Deck doesn't really take prizes. So the guy was a little upset about that. So Doom's just going to, from here on out, just time runs out, most prizes. That's just what it is. So if you're playing a Control Deck, you better, control them right away or figure out a way to get more prizes or figure something out.
I mean, we saw the at the
At
NAIC.
Milwaukee, right? Oh no, NAIC.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, NAIC. We saw Sander actually like take a game with prizes, so
Mhm.
like it is doable, depending on those lists.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's just it is what it is. When you're playing online tournaments and some of them are best of one Swiss rounds, like I mean, I get it. People want to test control decks, but just take it to locals at that point. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Go play locals and put a timer up for your own game, and
or play in
a
earlier tournament, not Dooms, Senior Dooms. Tournament of Doom, which is late night, like the Gazerbeam. West Coast Weekly. Don't play.
Yeah, I mean, like
that's
that's like 10:30 my time. So like, yeah, it's kind of crazy. But I'll be joining Doom for some of the Swiss rounds.
You will early
this
on.
coming week. Yeah.
Early on, so this Friday
I'll get home from work and eat some dinner and chill for a little bit, and then hop in and go until I can't go anymore.
That sounds so wrong, but I know what you mean.
Yeah, I mean, I get up early as heck anymore.
Do you work? Do you work that Saturday? This coming Saturday?
No. Wait.
Then bro, you're going all night then.
Yeah, I mean, no, because he's got a Rambo FW for Top Guy.
You think that's gonna work out? I told him, I said, bro, Rambo's gonna show up drunk. He's gonna say random things. You're not gonna know what's happening. And Rambo's our boy. Shout out to Rambo if he's listening right now. But I told Rambo this too. I said, Rambo, you're gonna be drunk. You're not gonna know what you're doing. You're not gonna know what you're saying.
It might be funny. It might be funny if anything. But no, I mean, I'll go as long as I can. But yeah, I'm not gonna step on anyone's feet and take like what they've been promised or whatever. So
I hear you.
Should be a fun time. I'll be back to doing like the local stuff.
Thursdays?
I think on Thursdays. Yeah, I played this past Thursday, and I wish I didn't because everybody was memeing.
What'd you play?
I played the Liminal deck, the Inteleon box with the Zero Aura, Hoopa, Moltres, Charizard, expecting to see all these new V-Star
and
Palkias and all this stuff. And yeah. And the entire the entire 18 people. There were two of the guys who played Arc Intel, and everybody else had some sort of single prizer deck.
Lunatone, Ambipom.
Lunatone, Solrock, Ambipom.
Zorobox?
Emily played Mad Party. I did see some Zoroark, yeah. So I round one I played against Lunatone, Solrock, and I barely clinched a dub. He got to the point where he can only get 3 energy down per turn. Because he had to throw away his scoop up net super early on, so he's just like, all right, cool, 120. So I was like, all right, cool, I'll just use Inteleon at this point and deny you a prize, and I'll snipe the 20 under the bench and catch up that way. And it worked out to where like I left the board where he would have had to have boss for game, but I just had 2 Inteleons that he couldn't get over 160 HP, so it locked him out, and I won that way. Yeah. And then round 2 I played Reggie's, and we both had like the brick off, the old fashioned like draw pass
oh yeah, I love
sort
those.
of situation. Like I opened up a Sobble and no energy and no level balls or incenses to search for Drizziles to do anything. By the time I was doing anything, he had already taken the first prize card, and then after that, like if you can keep trading prize card per prize card in a single prize game, it's just not a good time. And then
single prize versus single prize, man. I hate it so much, man.
Yeah, and then round 3,
whoever takes the first prize, that's your winner right there.
Round 3, I played one of the guys that were playing Arc Intel.
Oh, there you go.
He had a really good start. I did not.
Oh.
My opening hand was Sobble, Hoopa, 2 Lightning Energy, 2 Dark Energy, and then I topped a Bird Keeper. Like I poked his Arceus with Hoopa and did 90 damage, and then just he had boss to get rid of the Sobble, and I just sat there and I cried. Yeah. So then, like at that point, Emily and I were both like, whatever. We played the 4th round. I won against a Leafeon deck from a new player, thanks to Charizard just backpacking it. And
so you let him pick up a couple prizes and then just go Charizard.
Then we left and went and saw Thor. So
I still need to see that.
It's good. It's not great, but it's good. It's fun.
That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing it's good, but not great. That's what I'm hearing.
Christian Bale is the star of the show, not Chris Hemsworth. It's Christian Bale. 100%.
I didn't know Christian Bale was in it. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, Christian Bale. No, it's not spoilers. He's the main villain.
I can't see him as a villain, man. I just think he's Batman to me. That's all it is.
Oh, he's way better than Batman in this.
Okay, I
He
gotta watch it.
absolutely does a really good job as Gore the God Butcher.
Okay, I gotta catch it then. I do. I want to see it because I
Yeah,
mean
it's not
I
bad.
was interested in the story when at the end of spoilers for a 4-year-old movie at the end of Endgame when he went off with the Guardians. Like, oh, this is gonna be interesting. This is gonna be good. So I was interested in that already. So
Yeah, there's a little bit of that, so
mm-hmm.
it's not bad.
Yeah, I
It's
definitely
fun.
catch it.
It's definitely not like the best MCU movie by any means, but it's solid.
So
The
after Thor,
the
we
re-
have what's coming up next. We're still waiting on the end of Miss Marvel, right, on Disney
yeah,
Plus
that ends this
this
week, I
Wednesday,
think.
and then
Yeah,
after
yeah.
that, is it just Wakanda Forever in like
No,
November?
there's something else, and I can't remember. So whatever.
But I
Well,
think
yeah,
yeah, I think
they've
Black
got a
Panther
lot in the
2 is
pipeline.
November. There's got to be something else in the middle because November's a long time.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll have something like end of August or September, and I just can't remember off the top of my head right now.
Hopefully, it's not something like Eternals again.
Uh,
But no, I definitely got to catch that. If I stop going to local tournaments, because tonight will be my 4th one in a row. So if I ever stop going to locals, I'll catch some more movies.
yeah,
So
I mean, you're on summer break, so you get to do a little bit more than you normally do
hmm
right now. So,
yeah,
live and have fun.
yeah, I'm trying to. So this Thursday, you'll be back at your locals. You might not play, but you might cast it, huh?
Yeah, I'll probably
In the
be
zone, right?
casting again. Yeah, yep. And Ashtabula, Ohio.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Good. If you're ever in the area, come hang out. It's a good time.
You guys hear that? But yeah, definitely. Your casting of the in the zone tournaments have really grown. I was kind of sad when you stopped it for a while.
Yeah, I mean, what kind of killed it was all the trips between Milwaukee, NAIC, and everything else there. It is kind of rough to have a Thursday night locals and then come home and then wake up and like get in the car and also just
Friday, yeah,
yeah, go all weekend, or like NAIC, like you have to be there Thursday to check in and play on Friday. So like a few weeks off, plus with all those events I want to play a little bit
yeah.
if I'm already playing and get the rust off and so on and so forth.
And yeah,
Play a
I
little bit
100%
more
get it. It was still
myself.
kind of disheartening. Like, oh, because it's really starting to like really pop off. You're getting like 30, 40 people in your streams, and everybody was into it, and you're doing a pretty good job at it.
Yeah, and it's not going anywhere, just taking a little bit of a break. So
But you're probably back at it
we
this
should
Thursday, right?
yeah, should be, unless I have like something I really 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 want to play test, but I have like nothing major coming up. I think the next major event that I'll probably play in, unless they announce the structure, is probably going to be like whatever the full grip like 5K 6K
Mm-hmm.
thing is at the end of August,
The
early
next
September
set,
with
yeah,
Lost Origin.
yeah, early September with the next set. So yeah,
And I mean, we did just get the 100 Lost Abyss cards dropped on us this past week. So
yeah.
now we know everything that'll be in Lost Origin for the most part. And I know in the past we've talked about like the Zoroark and all that, and the Gudra and all that stuff, but we haven't talked about much about Giratina and the Lost Zone and everything like that.
Well, I mean that the Gudra and the Zoroark got revealed so long ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's just because the way the structure is for their releases,
Yeah.
they get half of a set, and then the later half of it we get it, and then like, all right, cool, less than a month later we get all of it at once.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that'll change with the whole new rotation, everything, and who knows what'll happen
Nah,
with Scarlet and
I think
Violet.
it's
We
an
still
American
have
thing
no
where
idea.
it sells too well.
Well, I mean, it is selling well, but have you seen the price of bulk? Penny. All the big
Yeah.
vendors are buying bulk at a penny now. Bulk is officially dead.
Were you telling me? I think a couple weeks ago, bulk used to go for like 15 cents a card.
Way, 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 way back, yeah.
That's
And
crazy.
then 2014, 2015, 2016, it would float between 6 to 8 cents a card for a while. And I'm just talking just common and uncommon only. And then the past couple years, it's been like 3 to 5, maybe 6 if you're lucky. And then right now, yeah, it's a penny. It's a penny a card. Officially the lowest it's ever been, and it doesn't look like it's going to get any better
Sheesh.
anytime soon, unless people stop buying packs, which that's not ever going to happen.
I mean,
25 plus years.
I mean, do you think GLC help some of that out? Maybe something start popping off.
No, because the expensive GLC cards are old. All the expensive stuff for GLC is old.
But I mean, there's still cards coming out now
Dragons
that
Exalted.
Yeah, you're right. But there's still cards that come out now that can be used in GLC, pretty decently. So
there's those. I mean, there's way more of everything that's new versus everything that's old.
Facts.
Supply, demand, and all that. And I mean, like at the same time too, is GLC real yet? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I guess it's real. Don't take that the wrong way out of context. But like, it's not officially a format under TPCI's belt.
I think it's gonna head that way because
it might.
It's at all the all the regionals and everything else. So I think it's gonna start heading that way. I was watching a Tricky Jim this morning, and I was listening into him, and someone asked, what's his dream, and which way he wants this going. I guess he said on a Azul and Chips podcast that comes out in the next couple of days. I guess he mentioned something along the lines of, he would be honored if like TPCI came to him and said, "Hey, we want to buy the GLC from you, and you just help us come up with the format and the bands and whatever the balancing issues."
Well, one, they're not going to buy it from him because technically it's their game.
Yeah. But I guess the website, the labeling, stuff like that. And I guess he said, anytime they can come over and just change it up and call it, Gym Hero Fighters or Gym Hero Challenges or something like that. They can change it anytime.
They can call it One Type Wonder for all they care. And like
One Type Wonder format, yeah. So he said he'd be honored if they, bought the website, if we're interested, buying, the IP or whatever it is for him, and he would be down for that. He would love it. But he said even if not, he said just the fact that if it catches on and, TPCI, sees it as something, they make like a ladder for it on PTCGL, if that ever happens. If it ever becomes anything.
If they even get PTCGL, like, if they can give the dang thing a pulse.
I'm sure the CEO's like, hey, guys, one thing at a time, okay? Let's get this going first, and then.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, I mean, Andrew Mahomes was like, he's like, he wants it to become something. And I understand that, too. If you create something, work that hard for it, create a good idea, and people are interested, you want it to become something. So I get it.
I mean, look at Magic. Before it was Commander, it was called Elder Dragon Highlander, and it was I'm not making it up. That's the truth.
That's such a bad name. Who thought that was a good name?
I mean, I don't know, because they were using Elder Dragons as like the Highlander. There can only be one or whatever.
There can only be one.
That's why they.
Okay, I get it. But that's such a bad name.
That's what they did, and like Wizards just like adopted it and changed the name. They didn't buy it from those people who made it. They didn't give anybody any credit or publicity or thanks. So, it's just like, hey, you used our game to do this stuff. Cool.
We're going to take credit. Thanks.
This is our game anyways. We have the rights to it. Here's the Wizards of the Coast seal of approval or whatever. TPCI or Pokemon or, even in this case, it might even not even come down to TPCI. It might even just come down to like the Pokemon company, like the head corporate mumbo jumbo in Japan. Like, it might not even matter at all,
True.
So they could just be like, oh yeah, cool, blah blah blah, we'll steal this.
We'll call it a singleton showdown or something like that. I don't know.
The no rule box warriors or whatever.
Yeah, and that was Mahomes. Mahomes was like, that could happen at any second. He said he would be honored if they want to buy the IP and buy the website and buy it off of him. He'd be honored. He said, but if anytime they come in and just say, hey, this is ours, we're gonna use this. He said he can't do anything about it. He'll just be happy that it's being used.
Yeah, it's just it's whatever. I
think I don't know. I think it would make sense though, and this is just me thinking differently. It would make sense to reach out to someone who is versed in the format, because he can help you come up with what needs to be banned, balancing issues, stuff like that. So if
do they always do those sort of things though?
No, that's why I said me thinking differently.
Companies never do that.
No, I mean, look at Live. I feel like part of the reason with Live, and I said this on Nine Cards. I said it when I talked to Nine Card recently. I feel like part of the thing with Live, and I'm not entirely sure, but I feel like a lot of these people don't get a chance to really test or know what the meta is, or know what what we really want as players a lot. They say, okay, rank ladder, cool. Here you go. That's like all they heard. So hopefully now they're listening to some of the things we want now.
There's 100% a disconnect between the player base, the communities, the various forms of communities within Pokemon. Because I mean, like you have VGC and it has its own cliques and sub communities. Mm-hmm. You've got TCG and it's got its own sub cliques and communities. Whether you're a casual player, a competitive player, or you're a content creator, or you're a collector, or there's like different kinds of collectors. Like there's different cliques and groups and communities within one community, and it's just crazy. Like think of it like the family tree or whatever. You have Pokemon at the top, then you got the four different, the four the Fire Nation, the Water Nation, whatever.
Avatar?
We'll channel our inner Avatar there for a second, and then like they all split off into their own little tribes and factions. So like, there's tons of arguments and disconnects. I mean, like look at everybody this past week over the whole GoFundMe stuff on Twitter. It's insane, like how divided people are who love the one thing that they love. Like we both can love Pokemon all day long, but if you don't love it my way, screw you. Like that's the vibe that I was getting with like Twitter recently, whether it comes down to live or even the GoFundMe stuff.
When I went, so that was what, Thursday? The whole GoFundMe situation?
The past.
So Wednesday night, I saw a couple posts, from a few people, asking for, for some help, going to Worlds. I was like, I get that you're going all the way to London. I understand that. Fine. And there's a couple of them who I said, you know what, I probably will donate because I donated to a buddy of ours, Sutherland, Orion Sutherland. So I donated to Souther Brown. I was like, I could donate to a few other people. So I went to bed thinking nothing of it. I wake up Thursday morning. It appears since I was off Twitter for those few hours, I missed so much that night.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks because like again, this goes back to I streamed full time for a year. I 100% relied on gifts and donations to pay rent and eat and do anything whatsoever, and that's like its own humbling experience in its own right. Mm-hmm. And then for somebody to have to swallow their pride and be like, hey, stuff's tight, or this happened, or blah blah blah, like I need help to do this and this is my dream. Like, cool. If you don't want to donate to somebody, just keep on scrolling. Don't even pay any mind. But you got to get out there and you got to dig for your own clout and harass these people in the process.
Oh, that's our mailman. I wish they would deliver me deliver my PC already, but but no, you're exactly right. It's like you said, just keep scrolling. Instead, people have to come in with their, like you said, their own. I don't say holier as thou, but like if you have to ask for something, you should be more focused about paying your rent, or more focused about taking care of your bills or your family. Like, geez, man, they have money set aside for that. Yeah. We don't know their situation. They might have that taken care of, no issue. It's the extra they need to try to go off and do something they really they love to do.
Exactly. And here's the clincher. Shit happens.
Yeah, exactly.
It does. Like, I mean, like I had to bum a couple $100 from my grandma for 3 days to pay rent because something happened and whatever.
When Jazzy and I first moved here,
it sucks to have to ask, hey, can I have this for a couple days? Like it, even though it's my grandma and she loves me, it's like I say, it's humbling. And just if someone can bring themselves enough to say, hey, I really need a hand, and it's okay to ask for that sometimes, we shouldn't, shame them for that. When my wife and I moved in with my grandmother, her husband, I'll get into it real quick. My grandma's husband had a stroke over a year and a half ago, and he passed away a year after that. He was actually murdered. A whole different story. But my grandma was here by herself, and I would come check on her every day, but she was living by herself for about 4 or 5 months. So my wife and I said, I said, hey, let's move in with Graham, and we moved in. When we got here, everything was taken care of at the apartment, no issue. But we got here, and then also we have extra bills to try to help her, and she has the money. It's just they want to just move in for free, and just live off her. So we're putting money towards PG&E, and now I don't know if you know this, Stu, yet, but and anyone listening, PG&E at a home is a lot more than at an apartment for some reason. I think bigger place and just it's a lot more. So the PG&E here, the power and electricity here was okay.
Yeah,
all right.
PG&E, the power and electricity. So yeah, that was a lot more here, and then putting in for just cable now, Comcast, just everything. We mismanaged our funds, and we missed our anniversary. We were going to go to Vegas for our anniversary, have a good time, and we didn't have the funds for it. We just did not have the funds for it. So that was like a sobering time. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm failing the family. We're going broke. What do I do? And now we're in a lot better place. We've got to a whole lot better place. But at that time, it's scary. Stuff happens. I never had any issues at the apartment, but I get over here and I'm like, okay, we got this, and then just things happen. And I forgot to take care of the car note and forgot to do this and that. And I'm like, well, now what? And now we're so things happen. If it came down to it, I would have hopped on GoFundMe or Twitch too. I'm like, guys, I need some help, please. So
Yeah.
I have no shame in that. And if someone can, bring themselves to be able to do that, I don't think we should shame them for it. If you don't want to,
No,
you don't want to donate,
definitely
don't
not.
donate.
Yeah, if you don't vibe with what they need, then ignore it. Walk away. Don't open your mouth if you've got nothing positive to say. Like,
Yeah. Well,
I know that sounds harsh, but like
it's true. It's say
it
it is.
is.
If it's nothing that's going to help the situation, then don't worry about it. Or if you feel like you have to tell them something that much, inbox them then. DM them if you have to. If it's just something,
yeah, don't turn it into a witch
I have
hunt.
to tell you this. I have to get off my chest. Then inbox somebody and say it.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be a witch hunt.
Exactly. I woke up to some mess and I was like, what is going on in here? And then I seen a few other tweets and things it was outrageous. Twitter was going crazy on Thursday.
It honestly, PTCG Twitter has become very toxic in the past few months. There's still a lot of wholesome people and, honest to God, like good content out there and conversations, but I feel like anymore, if somebody farts in the wrong direction, it turns into a war.
Man.
It's just, it is what it is. Like, people just have to open their mouth to every little thing.
Yeah, people got opinions and they just have to let it be known for whatever reason. I don't know. In that case, everyone should just get a podcast, right?
Exactly. Then you have a platform to put your opinion out.
Man.
So yeah, we definitely got super sidetracked there, but yeah, let's talk about some of these Lost Abyss cards, super quick.
I thought it was called Lost Origin.
Well, Lost Abyss is the last half of Lost Origin.
Yeah, ours is gonna be Lost Origin though. That's ours.
Yeah, Lost Origin. Yes, but we've covered the Dark Phantasma cards before, like the Gudra and the Zorark and whatnot. Mm-hmm. We've talked about those. But with this set, some of the biggest things are definitely the Guillotine and the Lost Zone coming back. Kyurem VMAX is definitely something that's interesting.
Yes, that's gonna be fun
to see.
You put that with Palkia, you're good to go.
Yeah, and I mean, there's tons and tons of Lost Zone shenanigans in this. It's got its own whole engine. Where do you want to start?
I want to talk about that Kyurem. I know it's not really connected to the Lost Zone, but I just want to talk about that Kyurem. I feel like with that card, you put that in Palkia, because I'm running Palkia right now. Well, I was with Ice Rider, and I gave up on it because it made my brain hurt. And it's a good deck, but I feel like the Kyurem it takes everything you need to, because that Kyurem is 3 water energy, I think 120.
Yeah,
and for Kyurem, every water,
the regular V, 220 HP, has 2 attacks. For 1 water, instant freeze. Attach any number of water energy from your hand to this Pokemon, or to your Pokemon, so however you want. And then for 3 water, does Frost Smash for 140, which isn't whatever. But the VMAX, 330 HP, which is a little bit on the bigger side for a VMAX compared to what we see often. A lot of 320s, but now 330 getting up there. The ability Ice World. Once during your turn, you may discard the top card of your deck if it's a water energy attached to one of your Pokemon. So it's got extra acceleration there in the form of an ability. And then for 3 water, Max Frost, 120 plus, discard any number of water energy from this Pokemon. It does 50 more for each one. So if you discard all 3, you're doing an extra 170. You're hitting for 290. You put a belt on there, there's 320. So I mean, it's got a lot of different stuff going for it. I think my only complaint is the 3 retreat cost.
I mean, that sucks. But I mean, it has such a good weakness too.
Yeah, it's weak to metal.
Speed than your regular VMAX. If 3 retreat cost is the only issue, man, I can't find any more flaws with it.
Yeah, I mean, you could always just play Switch, so it doesn't really matter then too.
Yeah, I think that's going to.
But to be able to diversify your weakness, I think it's a good Palkia partner that might replace the Ice Rider Palkia that we've seen floating around.
Yeah, and I've been using that one. And the Ice Rider has come in handy. The games I played with Ice Rider came in handy when I didn't have to worry about lightning weakness, or when I needed something that could take a 280 hit. Ice Rider's right there for me. So he turned a few games around for me. I feel like Kyurem does that even better. Because it can actually pick up huge knockouts. Without having to have a belt.
Yeah, with Ice Rider, you have to play Belt and potentially Leon in some situations.
And I've done that before too. I needed both, and I was like, "Hey, I got a knockout. I did it." I had to use both at the same time. But Kyurem just says, "I got it myself."
And if you have 4 energy on there for whatever purpose, I mean, that's even more on its own. So,
That's just you taking out any VMAX except for Kirim itself, I guess. But
and Eternatus, but nobody's playing that anyway, so it
it's
doesn't
coming
really
back, man. I'm
matter.
trying to tell you. Somebody played it this past weekend. Someone played it Sunday. I don't think they did very well with it, but someone played it.
Say no more.
It's coming back.
And then other interesting ones, we've got Aerodactyl V and V Star. I know you want to talk about the Aerodactyl V Star.
I got a hot take on that one. So what
the
the Aerodactyl does? Oh, go ahead.
The V 210 HP, fighting type, grass weakness. For fighting in a colorless, it is a bite for 40, and then for fighting in 2 colorless, it's got Rock Crush for 120. Discard energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. Whatever. But the V-Star, 260 HP, so this is the weakest V-Star we've seen in HP terms so far.
No. There's one weaker. There's a Shaman.
Oh, yeah, Shaman's got 250. Yeah. Okay. Well, I forget about Shaman. It's kind of forgettable. But then, it's got 2 attacks. One is a V-Star attack. The first attack, for fighting colorless, Lost Dive for 240. Put the top 3 cards of your deck into the Lost Zone. And then for 1 colorless, Ancient Star. As this Pokemon is in play, it gains an ability with the effect your opponent's Pokemon V in play, excluding any Aerodactyl V-Star, have no abilities. So it becomes a path to the peak built into it that can get turned off by a path to the
peak. A one-sided path to the peak.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Definitely interesting. You don't like it.
I don't like it.
I don't know how I feel about it yet. I think its attack cost is good in the form of like fighting colorless, so you got double turbo.
I agree with
240, that. 240 is fine. 220 without it is fine.
I'm fine with the first attack. I don't like losing the 3 cards to the Lost Zone, but I mean, maybe that sets up something else.
That accelerates the rest of the Lost Zone engine.
Yeah, so that might set up something else. So fine. I don't mind the first attack. It's that V-Star power I don't like at all.
It's definitely interesting for sure. Because if it leaves play, then nothing happens.
That's my problem.
If it gets KO'd, it's whatever.
And that's my problem. I feel like if it was an ability, great. This card would be, pretty. That'd be real interesting. That'd be pretty good, interesting. Okay, but as an attack, I have to be active, attack with it. My HP is already low, 260. What does Palkia hit for? Full bench, full Palkia.
It can hit 290 with a belt and a full bench.
It can hit 290 with a belt and full bench.
Full bench, both sides specifically.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What does Giratina hit for?
280, 310 with a belt.
Yeah, it was 280. I was like 270. Yeah. Mewtwo V-Star that just came out. He can hit 270. Everything can one-shot this guy. Shaman, little weak Shaman. We just talked about him. He's not that great. If you've taken 1 prize, Shaman kills you.
Yeah, weakness.
Yeah. So I don't see. I can't waste my V-Star on the attack, be stuck in the active, and it just dies, and now it's out of play. If it's set for the rest of the game. If it had 2 changes, if it said, if this was an ability, or if it said for the rest of the game, your opponent's Pokemon have no abilities, fine. But it has to be in play, and it has to be active too? No, thank you.
It's like I said, it's interesting. It might see play, but we've been wrong before. And not just we, I mean like everybody in general. People have been wrong about cards. We've all said, "Oh, this is dumpster," and then it comes out of nowhere and does well. So
I mean, maybe, but I can just see it getting one shot too easily, man. I don't know. Have you seen the Drapion?
Let me look for it. Oh yeah. Here we go. Drapion V, 210 HP, Dark type. The ability Wild Style. This Pokemon's attacks cost colorless less for each of your opponent's Single Strike, Rapid Strike, and Fusion Strike Pokemon in play. Its attack is 4 colorless, Dynamic Tail 190, and does 60 to one of your own Pokemon. So if they're playing Mew VMAX, you're attacking for 190 for free every single turn, unless your ability is turned off for whatever purpose. And then the V-Star, 270 HP. For dark colors, Big Bang Arms, 250 minus. Its attack does 10 less damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon. And the ability is a V-Star power ability. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned and paralyzed. Put 3 damage counters instead of 1 during Pokemon checkup. I think the V-Star sucks.
Yeah.
But I think that V is like the counterpart to Zapdos.
Yes. Except even more just ridiculous because it's just colorless. It's crazy. If you're
Yeah.
playing Mew, it just kills me right away because they have Genesect out. They have their Mew out. It's over.
Yeah, it's I think it's pretty dang good for what it is. I mean, I know we've seen Mew on the decline recently in the Western world. In Japan, they still have it listed as a tier 1 deck for the most part. So
I mean, I think it's still tier 1. It's just now Palkia is the deck. It's the BDIF.
yeah, Palkia is getting up there. For sure is like the better option. Arc Intel's on the way back as
It
well.
is. It is on the way back.
So
That's true. I ran into quite a few of them.
That's something too. Mm-hmm.
You know what was crazy this past the 1K I played in? Why I struggled so much? 4 of the people I played against, they text specifically for Regigigas.
I mean, if they can tag it for your local meta, then it makes sense. They know you're going to be there. That's all you play. So
these are people who are from out of town. These are people from out of town.
Yeah, they know you're going to be there. You're telling everybody to be there and that you're going to play Reggie.
Gazer guy's coming? Oh, okay. I know what to do now.
Yeah. Oh, he plays Reggie. All right, cool. We'll tech for it.
No, those people from out of town, from Sacramento, which is like 2.5 hours away, or Bakersfield, an hour and a half, and Turlock, an hour away. So these are people from out of town. Liam Kidd showed up, and 4 of the people I played, 4 out of the 6, text for Reggie. So I ran into my first ever Empoleon V. And I had to fumble my way around that, but I got around that when I picked up the win.
You had to pick it up and read it, didn't you?
I was like, what is this? So I ran into my first ever Empoleon V. I had to put him in a situation where he, didn't have the energy. Because, Empoleon makes you move energy around when it attacks. Mm-hmm. So he had to move the energy. So I had to put him in a situation where he didn't have it at one point in time. I ran into Flying Pikachu. The guy said he texted, he was worried about Palkia, but he was worried about Reggie. What's the other one I ran into? I ran into 2 other texts. I can't remember what it was, but they text specifically for Regigigas.
I don't know. I wasn't there.
I forgot what it was, but yeah. And it was just yesterday, too, which is the sad part. But no, 4 of the matches I ran into, they specifically for Regigigas. So, I don't know. I feel like, I know Reggie's not a tier 1 deck, but I feel like Mew is still tier 1. The BDIF is definitely it's not Arc Intel. That's like right below. That's like the second BDIF.
Yeah, tier 2 for sure.
Yeah, but it's on the way back. So I ran into a couple Arc Intels with Flying Pikachus, and they said they were worried about Reggie. I know what it was. The 2 Arc Intels I ran into played Dunsparce, and they said they weren't worried about Urshifu. They were about Regirock. And that Dunsparce is a menace, man.
I don't get it. Whatever. I mean, Dunsparce will come and go as a meta call.
Yeah. I mean, just like Flying Pikachu will come and go as a meta call, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, I ran into a few decks teching for my Reggie. They just knew.
It's fine. You'll be all right. But we've rambled enough. We've talked about a few new cards.
Well, should we pick up on one more? Maybe the Giratina?
I mean, we've talked about the Giratina already, I think.
Okay.
And, I mean, it got more Lost Zone stuff. There's the little vacuum cleaner. Put a card from your hand to the Lost Zone to play it. Choose a Pokemon tool card or stadium and play yours or your opponent's and put it in the Lost Zone. So it's like a field blower with a discard.
You mean Lost Sweeper, the vacuum cleaner?
Yeah, the little vacuum cleaner, the little handy Hoover. Color's Experiment. Look at the top 5. Put 3 in your hand, and then put the remaining in the Lost Zone. So it's like a hop with extra buff. We got Lady back. That was the big reprint. Thornton's a really cool one.
Oh, Thornton's.
Choose a basic Pokemon from your discard pile. Switch it with one of your basic Pokemon and play. Swap all the stuff. It's like trash Ninja Boy. Like, I don't mean like trash like as in bad, but like trash.
It picks up something from the bin, from the trash. Yeah.
I
like Thornton. Yeah. I like what you can do with Thornton, man.
I think Fantina is interesting too. You have to have 10 cards or more in the Lost Zone, but during your opponent's next turn, your Pokemon take 120 less damage from attacks from Vs. This could further a Skull or control deck. Yeah, I mean, it might make or break something with the Lost Engine as some sort of like stall or wall deck. Who knows what'll ultimately happen there? So
perhaps.
And then Gift Energy is basically Lucky Egg in the form of a colorless energy. So that's like something cool for maybe Blissi. Is it still kind of getting some love?
Regigigas?
I mean, yeah, I could see it there because it's colorless and you need... Yeah, so, I mean, who knows? Wherever you could shove a colorless basic special energy in there, then, why not?
So yeah, now that we know what's going to be in our Lost Origin, I think I'm excited about the Giratina, but I think my final thoughts. I think I'm excited about the Giratina, but I'm looking forward to the Gudra. I don't know why. I like the bulkiness of that Gudra when it comes out, man. I'm looking forward to that too.
Yeah, the
What are your thoughts on
Gudra
it?
and the Zoroark, the Hisuian Zoroark, just really aren't performing in Japan from what I've seen, though. So I don't know how well that'll translate to our meta and how our deck builders will handle either of those two cards.
So
But
many people
we have to. Everything's always a little bit different when it comes to the Western world, so we'll have to figure it out anyways.
So many people
And
were
see what
so
happens.
juiced for that Zoroark when it got reviewed, man. That's everybody was on the Zoroark train.
Yeah, and I feel like it's kind of fallen out of the wayside. Your team is just way better.
So does anything have
Way
you like
better.
excited, about Lost Origin when it comes out?
I think people are gonna just go right to Giratina and like BDIF that thing.
Yeah, I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen? Oh, just last card. Did you see the Trevenant?
Trevenant.
There's a Trevenant. I just explain it real quick. Trevenant, 120 HP. Old Tree Berry is the ability. If this Pokemon is knocked out by damage from your opponent's Pokemon V attack, your opponent does not take a prize. Then it has Grass Colorless, Giga Impact for 150 damage. This Pokemon can attack during your next turn. But if they knock it out, there's no prizes taken. It's just like that old Ninja or that what's that item that did that too?
Life Dew.
Yeah, Life Dew. So yeah, I think that's interesting. Imagine building a Trevenant deck and you just like ordinary rods, and I can see LDF having fun with that.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. If people can build a wall deck around it or whatever. The thing with that is, like, sure, like, you have to... They don't take a prize card, but if you just run out of Pokemon, they can still win, so... Can you successfully set up...
I mean, 4 ordinary rods.
Trevenant after Trevenant after Trevenant after Trevenant.
2 Claras, 4 ordinary rods.
Booshake finally has a place where it matters.
Booshake, I mean, it can go in a Weezing as well, right?
Yeah. At that point, though, just, don't let them take prize cards. Just loop that all day.
Mm-hmm. I can see that being
But,
right, let's get into some quick stomps. I only have a quick one real quick.
Yeah, go ahead. You first.
Yeah, just a quick playability-wise. I've seen this a lot this past weekend, so I guess it's on the way back up. And it's been played a lot. I think it's going to get played slightly more because Palkia is everywhere. Avery. And I think I said it once before, too, but I think Avery's going to see a lot more play because Palkia is like just proven to be the best deck in these times here, right here. So between Palkia, between Arcanteleon, Avery could really dampen your opponent's options. Can really do something to your opponent. I was Avery'd a few times, and I was able to recover from the Avery. That wasn't an issue. It's freaking Temple Sinnoh my Regis can't recover from. And one time I couldn't recover from a Rock Sand. That's a whole different story. But I think Avery's going to see a lot more play as long as Palkia is like really a really good deck around here.
I can see it. I mean, Avery finds its way into whatever it can. It's really good in Duraludon. Duraludon's got a good matchup into Palkia.
True.
So, whatever. We'll see. We'll see what happens with that. I have one little one, and by little I mean it's a pretty popular card. This is, of course, when I talk about stonks, I talk about value. Irida.
Full art.
Irida. No, just Irida.
Not well, okay. Explain.
The regular holographic Iridas.
Mm-hmm.
The lowest listing as of right now is $3. Over the weekend, the cheapest listing was $8. There are 0 non-holo deck-exclusive versions of Irida listed on TCGplayer at the moment. None. 0. Zilch. Like the ones out of the build and battle kits.
I have like
there are none.
6 of those.
The full art is up to $34, and the rainbow is pushing closer to $20. But the regular holo rare Iridas this weekend were selling, and there are sold listings for $8 a piece.
I got like 3 of those. Should I sell them now? Sell.
There's listings now for $3, so it might be rebounding. But if you don't have the Irida and you're listening, try and get them while you can before they blow up again.
And find any Irida at that, right? Just any Irida. When it comes to the building battles, the holographic ones, the rainbow rares.
If there's another buyout, it probably will not recover from another buyout.
Mm-hmm.
Ditto had a buyout from Pokemon Go, and it did not recover. It's still $8 for peeled or unpeeled. At bare minimum, it's an $8 card for Ditto.
$8?
$8 for Ditto from Pokemon Go.
I'm covering my mouth right now for anyone listening on Spotify. $8?
$8. $8. Yeah.
Wow, I have one ditto. $8. Okay, Sue, that's why I appreciate you for this kind of stuff, man. I need to know these things.
Yeah, so if you need to get Irida while they're $3, it's probably a good call before it goes back up.
Grab them now.
It most likely could go back up if somebody wants to be aggressive with a targeted buyout. It could happen. Yeah, there's only a couple listings for $3, and then after that, it's a $5 to $6 card again. So definitely get there while you can. Get them while they're cheap before they get bought out again and go back up.
So you guys heard it here first. Get your Iridas now. Get them now. Anything else for us, Sue? Any more stonks?
That's it. I just have that one.
Okay, I'm glad I have like 6 of the non-hollow. I have like 3 of the hollow, and I have 1 full art. So
yeah, put them in your trade binder at this point.
I might have to. Everyone's after my Charizards, man. I sold one last weekend, and then people this week are like, "Hey, do you have any more of those arts? I'll buy one from you."
Oh my god, yeah, that thing's sitting at $40 easily.
Yeah,
it hasn't budged.
I thought it would drop because radiants are typically
it's a shiny Charizard.
So I'm like, duh.
It's got Charizard tax. It's playable.
It's got Charizard. It's his Charizard. So, I mean, so like, hey,
it's like the first 100% truly like MVP playable Charizard. All right, let's do some Q&A because you got to dip off to locals.
I do. I'm down with that. Let's get into it. So, we had one question by, dang it, Passmantoot. Passmantoot asked, I think specifically myself, why are you giving people a boring card tournament weekly tournament when all they ask for is for Digivolutions? Well, Passmantoot, if you tune into the Gazerbeam 2-year anniversary stream later on this weekend, if I get the computer in time, there'll be hours of Digivolutions. So stick around. A Digivolution is when I change into a different type of costume or cosplay, if you will. And it seems like the viewers love it. So I'm down to give you guys what you love. So tune in this weekend.
People like to watch you make a fool out of yourself.
I didn't want to bring that part up, but yeah.
Yeah, it is what it is. For people that don't know what we're talking about, that like only vibe with us on the podcast, like on audio versions, that's just what it is. Gazer streams are kind of like a circus, where he's like the main event.
I call it a beautiful car crash. You don't want it to happen, but you can't look away. Like, this shouldn't be happening, but wow.
Yeah, that's a good way. Good way of calling it.
You want to tackle another question?
Yeah, this one's from Shark APR.
Oh gosh.
Any chance you play something other than the Gigas?
No. Short answer, quick answer, long answer. No. No.
I feel like you need to play something else.
But I just took second and third, and then I just stumbled at the 1K. That's all.
Now and you're gonna stumble tonight too.
Honestly, if people keep teching for Regigigas, which 4 out of 6 people did, I'll have to play something different. But I'm like, why are people teching for Regigigas? They don't think it's good. No one plays it but me. So
6 people, they know you're coming. They know you play Reggie, so they're gonna tech for you. It's just local meta shenanigans. It is what it is.
So you said if I took this to a regional, I'd probably at least get top 32?
No.
Next question.
0-3 drop.
All right, next question. This one's from our guy Shanchovilla. What are some helpful tips, notes, etc. to stay mentally stable and healthy during events? Subin, you can tackle that one more than I can.
So basically, mentally stable isn't something that I am quite familiar with in general. But try and stay hydrated. That's a big deal. If you go to like regionals or NAIC, there's always a lunch break. Don't eat anything heavy during that lunch break because you'll just feel like a sloth or a slug. You'll get tired. You'll start crashing. It doesn't help. The lunch breaks, I wish they would abolish them.
Really?
And just have a Cliff Bar, have a Slim Jim, some trail mix or something. Pound some water. Always carry water with you, even if you think, oh, I don't like water. You need to stay hydrated because like when your mind is going at a mile a minute, you're gonna dehydrate so much faster than you will with physical activity. Your brain is like your biggest organ. It's your most important organ. Well, technically your stomach's your biggest organ, but like your brain is way more important. and you're going to dehydrate a lot faster. And don't let the game get to you either. One of the big things too is knowing when to concede, when to scoop, to manage your time.
I learned that this weekend. I'm learning that now. This whole weekend I've learned that. So yeah, you're exactly right.
There's a lot of different things you can do, but hydration, snacks, and just don't let it get to you. Have fun. If you're not having fun anymore, then you're gonna have a bad time. Your mind's gonna go down the shitter, and you're just gonna do whatever, and it doesn't help.
Yeah, you gave me the advice before about being careful with the carbs. So I ate my breakfast early that morning, and I was good I was good till after the 1K. The 1K was only we were only there for 7 hours. I know regionals, so you're there for 10 hours, right?
Yeah, round 1 starts at 9 a.m., but you're in the convention center before then, and round 9 isn't done until sometimes maybe 9 p.m. if you're unlucky. Sometimes even later, depending on the tournament organizer and other issues that potentially come up, like time and how much time everybody goes into time in the round. So it's hard to say.
Yeah, I can't wait till I
start
expect
it to be a minimum 12-hour day. Honestly,
I'm looking forward to it. It's just I know I gotta prepare. And I think for these 1Ks I'm doing are getting me. It's like prep work. It's getting me there. I'm building up to it.
Yeah, it's not completely the same. But we'll see what happens. I'm still waiting for the schedule to come out, so that's what matters.
All right, let's get to this last question by Little Frizz. If Pokemon TCG double battles were a thing, name 3 players you want to team up with, past or present.
They used to do double battles. That used to be an official format, but you're thinking of a 3v3 or whatever. That's my guess. Oh man, people I'd want to team up with. I don't know.
I was waiting for you to say Gazerbeam2k, but that's fine. No, honestly, on my end, the obvious answer I just gotta say is Azul. Just watching him stream, just his lines of play and the way he sees things is pretty unique sometimes. Pretty strategic.
I guess I'll throw back and say Russ Lepar or whatever. I always loved his attitude. So.
Another one I could also see, Sander. I know these both are more recent. Sander just because I've been watching, them more. I've heard these names before, from the past, but I didn't watch them. But watching these guys, I'm like, this is the way they see things. I'm like, wow, I didn't see it that way. Okay, I see what they see, so I feel like I'm achieving something then. So I would say those two.
Yeah, I feel in that kind of format, a 2-on-2, then you and your opponent can collaborate on each other's moves during each other's turn or whatever. So it's think of it like a free coaching session at that
Basically. Point. Man, I'm down for that.
Yeah, you need it.
Wow. Okay, Stu. If I keep playing Reggie, man, I'll let you know what happens tonight, man. Watch, you'll see, man. But yeah, let's wrap this up, man. I'll let you know what happens tonight. Watch me win the whole thing.
3 people show up. 3 other people there. All 3 of them knew you were coming, so they've checked for your Reggie deck.
Every one of them had Empoleon.
That's my prediction.
They all had Empoleon for no reason now. But hey, Stu, man, another episode down, man. This was episode what? 17? 16. I can't count.
Yeah, this is a little bit different. Again, normally we have a guest, but we figured we'd go it alone. But next week, you want to spoil it? Did you lock that in yet?
I haven't locked it in, but
okay.
I haven't locked it in. I just got to figure out what days you're off and what days they can collaborate, and we'll make it happen though.
Yeah. So keep an eye out for the next episode. But that's it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you're watching the YouTube version. If you're listening on Spotify, Anchor, Apple, or Google, please make sure you leave a review and share the podcast out there with anybody who you think might listen to it or like it to really help us out in the long run.
Yeah. So
you can find both of us on Twitch and Twitter and YouTube, the same handles everywhere. St00ben, st00ben, and Gazerbeam2k, Gazerbeam2, the number 2, the letter K.
Yes, sir. With all that being said, don't forget St00ben will be casting Senior Doom's Tournament of Doom this Friday night. Don't forget this Wednesday, the Gazerbeam West Coast Weekly will be starting off, all on PlayLimitless.com. And I
Yeah.
think that's everything, right?
That's it. We did it.
All right. So, yeah, let's get out of here. So we'll see you guys next week. Thank you guys for tuning in. Take care.
Peace.
Later.